But today she's going to be talking about Jerusalem. Who's excited for Jerusalem? There you go. She's going to give you in-depth information about Jerusalem. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together. Give her a big round of applause. Part of your Celebrity Live activities are Beyond the Podium speaker for today, Dr. Pat Stroh. Here she is.
Thank you so much, Patrick. All right. Wow, what an exciting adventure we have. And, you know, this is one of the most extensive talks I have ever given. And I have worked so hard on this because can you imagine trying to do Jerusalem with all three of the religions there, the 3,000-year-old history, all the people, the culture, all of that. And then they say, fit that into 45 minutes for us, would you please? And so I have really worked on this one to try and do that for you to make sure we get everything in there and cover it in a way that it makes sense. So here we go. Let's try and do that. And by the way, what I did also is I put a couple of slides in there of our friends on board that make everything possible for us, and I just wanted to show you that. There's our culinary staff, and they do all those wonderful meals for us and just make everything so great on board. There you go. Let's give them a big round of applause. They are just wonderful, and I gain a little weight on board, but I also try to go up and walk a little bit and work out. But also we've got that guest relations staff. Let's give them a hand too. They answer all our questions and keep us moving, so that's great too. So there we go. Now off and running on Jerusalem. Here we go. And you know, this is really, as we delve into this one, it's the most ancient, fought over, yet revered, and often visited sites in the world. And you know, as the seat of the most major religions in the world and holding each one of the most holy sites, today we'll learn about the history, the people, the culture, the food, architecture, and the most visited sites of Jerusalem that transcends thousands and thousands of years. Well, here's Ashdod as the port that we'll go into. You can see that there, and this is Jerusalem. A little further west is the Dead Sea, or as the Jews call it, the Salt Sea. I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Now, Jerusalem has been a place of pilgrimage and worship for the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims for eons. And it's an old city, has a significant religious sites around the Temple Mount compound, including the Western Wall, sacred to Judaism, as well as the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, a Christian pilgrimage site, and the Dome of the Rock, a 7th century Islamic shrine with a gold dome. Now we'll also go into the port of Haifa, and the excursions will take us to Nazareth and to the Sea of Galilee that you see here. And the compact but filled with historical and religious sites, this is the main section of Jerusalem to visit, especially for first-time visitors. The old city of Jerusalem, an area of only 0.9 square kilometers, is bordered by an ancient wall built by Suleiman of the Ottoman Empire in the 16th century. Now, inside these walls are many of Jerusalem's most important and popular places to visit. Yes, it may be small, as I said, 0.9 kilometers, and compact, but it can keep you busy for days. And we have 3 days here, just 2 in Jerusalem itself. And because of much of this area is a religious area, it is best to wear respectful clothing there. Women, please be modestly dressed. Keep your longer sleeves, not the cut-off tops, or keep pants or shirts below the knees as well. And head covering for both men and women is suggested. Now, take a look here. This is the city of Jerusalem, was originally built around the Gihon Spring on the southeastern hill to the south or left of the Temple Mount. As you see the Temple Mount here with the gold dome, and seen here in the red box is that older city of Jerusalem. It has been continuously inhabited since at least 3000 BC, sorry. It was in the time of Solomon that the city limits expanded beyond the southeastern spur, known today as the City of David. Now, this area is the birthplace of Jerusalem and the place where King David established his kingdom. It was here that Solomon, David's son, built the first Jewish temple. Now it's an active archaeological site as well, and the site includes Hezekiah's tunnel. What an undertaking that was. And actually, you can explore that. And we have on board a rabbi this time, Rabbi Aaron, and he and his grandson actually did explore that. He told me all about it. But the water can be high if you go in there, and it's always a little wet. So if you plan on going through Hezekiah's tunnel, you be sure you wear the right shoes and clothes and carry a flashlight with you. Now here's a little bit more about that tunnel and what it took to make that tunnel the one that brings the water and brought the water over all those centuries to this very area. Hezekiah's tunnel connects the Gihon spring to the pool of Siloam in that other side of the city. So it's a 1,750 foot tunnel that was carved starting on both sides of that area, that cave, during the reign of Hezekiah. The systems were planned in different periods of time, and they served various purposes and functioned in different ways. So this was a massive undertaking, and all three of those water systems were in operation simultaneously in